This video has been made possible by EA Game Changers. Thank you, EA Game Changers, for providing me with an early access copy.
I wish you'd stay, but there you go. I have so much I wanna say to you, much I wanna say, but there's no time. We used it all. Still have so much I wanna talk about, but I messed it up and there you go.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm hoping that you all are having a lovely day today. So today we are finally back with another speed build, and this time I am creating my very first home with the new Realm of Magic game pack. So this game pack is very special to me because a lot of you guys know I am really into everything that is occult, magic, witches, warlocks, werewolves. I love everything that is magical. So for me, this pack was really special and I'm so happy that they released it. So I will be a little bit biased because I love everything magic, but let's just jump right in it and I will give you my honest thoughts about this pack. So first of all, I am building this really cute little witch's house. This is a good witch's house, definitely inspired by my practical magic home that I created with the Seasons expansion pack. I will link that video here up in the screen. It's actually 3 videos, one exterior, one interior, and then one house tour. I will link it up in the screen, and that really got me inspired to create this good witch's house here in Glimmerbrooke. So Glimmerbrooke is one of the worlds that we've gotten with this pack. Yes, I'm saying one of the worlds. We're getting 2 worlds if you didn't know that already. So we have Glimmerbrooke, which contains of 5 lots, and then we have the magical realm that has 1 lot. So the lot in the magical realm is not livable, but it is a 50 by 40 size lot, so it's a decent size to make a magic school within the magical realm, which of course I'm gonna do. Everyone is gonna build a magic school right there. It's just the perfect lot to do that. So yeah, 1 lot in there, but what also is in the magical realm is you can go to like a Diagon alley and you can buy brooms, your magical potions, and all kind of ingredients, and you can also get your familiars. So the familiars are one of the things that I really do enjoy. The downside of the familiars is you cannot really interact with them. They just hover by your side and give you like a moodlet, energized, or what was it? Like confidence boosts, and they also protect you when you are about to die. I think in like a fight off, how do you call it? In a duel, in a fight off Mona. In a duel against a other spellcaster. So sadly you cannot interact with them, but you do have them with you all the time, so they're always hovering around you, and I just really like it. I have a little dragon following me around. I called him Steven after my husband. I don't know why. It just felt fitting to me. So Steven the dragon is always with me. He's my little guardian angel, and I just love that little aspect. It makes it so more quirky and magical for me. I do wish we could interact with them, because then that would have just elevated it for me way more, but I still really enjoy the familiars as they are. So yeah, that is really nice. So for Glimmerbrooke, the world that I'm building in, and this is on a 30 by 20 if I didn't say that already, the world that we are building in right now comes with 5 new lots to build on. So 5 lots isn't that much, but keep in mind this is a game pack, so I wasn't expecting more, but what I was expecting was to get maybe a variety in lot sizes. Sadly, there are only 4 30 by 20 size lots and only 1 30 by 40. I could have gone with like 2 30 by 40s, 2 30 by 20s and maybe one 40 by 50 in Glimmerbrooke. That would have been the right amount of lot sizes for me. So that is a little bit lacking. That is one thing that did let me down a tiny bit. The lot sizes, because as you all know, I love building on large lots, especially the 64 by 64 is my favorite lot. If I cannot get my hands on a 64 by 64, I tend to lean to the 50 by 50, maybe even a 50 by 40. And then for a family home, I always go for that solid 30 by 40. Never smaller. So a 30 by 20 definitely was a challenge for me to make something cute on a tiny lot. But I do think I did succeed. I did reel in the terrain editing because I'm a girl that loves my terrain and all of my landscaping. So there isn't that much landscaping in this build, but I did try to incorporate a little bit. So I elevated the terrain here at the front, also at the back and the sides to make it look unified, but still make it interesting that we have curves and little hills here and there. And then I just tried to fill it all in with flowers that felt magical to me. So we are using some of the Sulani flowers or the island living flowers. I don't know why I called it Sulani flowers, maybe because they grow in Sulani, but yeah, the island living flowers. And I'm also using the romantic garden stuffed back round bush that you can see there in that gorgeous purple color. They felt really magical, and the mindset that I had behind that is the good witch that is living here. She grows magical flowers inside her garden. She's a very green thumb kind of witch. She's all about the environment, and she's just a good witch, you know. And I loved that feeling that this house gave me when I was creating that. So I'm hoping that you all are feeling it as well, and you can go with the storyline that I created. So this good witch also has a family. She has a daughter, a kid, and she also has a baby. The baby oh my gosh, the baby lives in the bassinet. No, the baby's gotten a new bassinet in this game pack, which I'm really excited about because the bassinet looks really good. It's really traditional, but for a bassinet, that's okay for me. I love the look of a old-fashioned bassinet with, like this curtain thingy on the side. I just really like how it looks. So, this game pack has a new bassinet, and of course, I needed to show it off, so I made a children's bedroom. So this good witch has 2 kids that are living in her house, and she is a single mom. Sadly, the dad passed away. He was a very high and mighty warlock. So it's not just the 3 of them living in this really cute little cabin. No, it's not really a cabin, Moan. In this cute little home here in Glimmerbrooke. So what I really enjoyed about this pack, especially from the build and buy mode items, are the windows and doors. You probably saw them already, placing them everywhere. I love the round shaped window that looks really nice. It goes on a small size window, and it goes very easily on a medium-sized window, on a medium-sized wall. So for those 2 wall heights, the windows actually work really well. Some of the windows are a bit too small for the medium wall height, but we did get 1 medium wall height window, which I'm so thankful about because the other packs forgot the medium wall height altogether. So that's really awesome. We've also gotten a few medium wall height doors. Again, thank you so much for listening and incorporating a few of them. I'm saying a few. There could have been more, but I'm happy with what we're getting. And I'm still keeping in mind this is a game pack and not an expansion pack. So the amount of objects that we're getting in build and buy mode for me feels good. It feels like we're getting a fair amount of objects, and the objects that are in there are really unique. It is a kind of style, what is it called again? I think it's Art Nouveau. It's a French style. I have seen it before. Of course, I live in Europe. So this is a style that we do know. You don't see it that often, but definitely a very unique style. It fits very perfectly for a magical themed pack. So it's a big thumbs up for me. Is it my favorite style? No. Art Nouveau is not my favorite build style, but for a magical realm, a magical pack, I think it goes really very nice together. It's a little bit leaning more into that fairy tale feeling for me. It leans more into like fairies and, I don't know, Red Riding Hood, you know, the Sprookjesbos in the Efteling. That kind of feeling is what I'm getting. A little bit Anton peak feeling. It goes light, it goes dark. I love it. It's definitely a big thumbs up for me with the style that they chose for the pack. So I'm really in love with that. What I also enjoyed are the arches, of course. Arches, the new windows and doors, like I said. Some of the that's right. What I also really liked were the new kitchen refrigerator and stove. So there is a new refrigerator and a new stove, and they look gorgeous. They look like right out of a fairy tale book. You know, when you have a fairy tale book and you see little fairies cooking, it's on that stove and with that fridge. I don't know if fairies use fridges and stoves. They probably do. They need to eat, right? But yeah, the stove definitely feels like it comes right off a fairy tale book, which I love. Sadly, we didn't get any matching kitchen upper cabinets for our new kitchen counters. Kind of annoying. I mean, come on. We've been through this route before with the kitchen island. Now we did get an island, but now we didn't. Oh my gosh, Mona. So we did get an island, but we did not get upper kitchen counters or cabinets. So annoying. So yeah, definitely a min point for me, but it's not a game breaker. It's not a game breaker. You can pair it up with a base game one or with Parenthood like I did. They go really well together, but I am hoping that the team maybe is gonna implement some upper counters later on the line and they're like, oh, oops, we forgot. Or maybe it was an intentional move. I don't know. I cannot comment on that right now because I haven't asked. But we will hear it soon. I will not be the only one complaining about it. So I did decide to make the Spellcaster room inside of the greenhouse. It just felt so fitting. And have you seen that gorgeous cauldron? There's a cauldron with crystals underneath. Oh my gosh. I really just freaked when I saw the cauldron. It felt so fairy tale to me. I love it. And you can go in the lighter side and in the darker side. Or so if you are more into the light magic, you can use the crystal one. But there's another one that is more coppery and darker and has like a normal base with no crystals. I think it's like wood underneath, wooden logs. So you can go either way. Are you for the lighter magic? Are you for the darker magic? For me, I'm actually a girl that loves a bit more of the darker side of magic. I like I just like dark magic in movies, not in real life. I would never practice dark magic in real life, but yeah, in movies and such, it does really draw to me. And in a storyline, I'm like, ooh, dark magic. So yeah, definitely am more for that. And I am building a evil witch's house as well. If you are wondering, that is on the way and that will be coming your way in a couple of days now. I did have a few internet problems, like a lot of internet problems. So I don't know when it's gonna come, but don't worry, I am gonna give it my all and give you enough content from this new pack because I did enjoy building with this a lot. So we also got a few new picture frames or paintings. One of them is the long one. It has Glimmerbrooke on it, but also a moon cycle, I think, which is really cool. I am all into moon cycles. I have one in my agenda, in my scheduler, because I do how do you say this in the normalest way? I do believe that the moon affects our moods and our well-being. So I think the moon plays a large part in how we feel. So that is something that I believe. So I found it really nice that there was like a moon and day chart in there. And we also gotten a frame with like a dead flower thingy on it and frogs and such, and potions. Really witchy to me. I do wish we had a bit more frames, but again, it's a game pack. So I kept forgetting that, by the way, that it was a game pack. I kept thinking that I was reviewing a expansion pack. So every time I did need to reel myself back in, I was like, no, Mona, this is a game pack. I do not have to expect 12 lots or, I don't know, a million pieces of furnishing, because this is a game pack. And for a game pack wise, it's definitely decent amount. There is a decent amount of stuff in there. So yeah, definitely enjoyed that. So gameplay wise, I also played a little bit with this game. So I played an entire day with the pack, just playing, no building, and I do have to say I did enjoy myself a lot. I love that it's quite similar to the vampire game pack with the skills that you can acquire. So there's like a how do you call it? There's like a leveling system in there. I think there are 5 levels, and you can go through them with your aspiration. There are 2 new aspirations in there. And what I love the most is actually the magic book. So there's also a magic book where you can see all the spells and all the potions that you can create. And then when you created one, it becomes visible in there, and you can count down how much potions and spells you need to do. But I just love the layout. It feels very, again, magical, like in a fairy tale to me. So that really had some really high points for me, that they thought about that little detail to make it more interesting. So yeah, definitely liked that they did that. So as you can see, this is now the kitchen. This is where we are right now. And we're out of the kitchen. But yeah, you see the kitchen. I love the color palette. Yes, it's very brown, but so fitting for what we're doing, for the style that I chose, and the color palette on the outside. I think for the color palette on the inside, this was a really nice contrast, because outside is very white. So inside we went with more of a brown tones. So yeah, I definitely do enjoy the color palette. I am changing the color here. I will be changing it again. And I think we are going for a more lighter version of this kitchen. I do not like the kitchen counter pattern, by the way. I do have to say that. That is something that bugged me. I don't like this pattern, but that is a personal preference. I wished that they added in maybe a few neutral kitchen counters for the people who don't like patterns on their counters, like me. But again, for this pack, it fitted in quite nicely. But I did wish there were some neutrals. I mean, just saying, just throwing it out there. That is what I was, what I was hoping for. I didn't get what I hoped for, which is fine. That's the story of my life. Moving on. No, in all seriousness, it's a nice counter. It fits with this pack, but I expected a plain one in there as well. So I am adding in some autumn leaves here and there. I mean, a witch's house just screams for a autumn kind of touch. This entire pack actually feels like something that I would play when autumn would begin, when the leaves are starting to fall and it's cold outside, drinking hot chocolate or coffee in my in my case. This is how this pack feels to me, and I also am very much looking forward to playing this in autumn, because I know with the move that is coming that I'm gonna do like really soon. I'm moving houses in like a few weeks, so I know that when autumn is gonna start, I will have all the time to play this in my new home. So I'm really excited about that. So I did make a little nook there under the stairs. That is gonna change. Now I just placed some random items, but a little bit later on I'm gonna make it into a actual reading nook. So now it's not a reading nook, it's just a bookcase and some other kind of shelving, and then later on I make it into a full kind of mini library under the stairs, or a little bit under the stairs, right next to the stairs, and it looks nice. I think if I should choose my favorite rooms, it's the enchanting room in the greenhouse and the little library next to the staircase. Those are my two favorite rooms. I could not choose which one I like more, because I love the Spellcaster room, the enchanting room with a very large cauldron. There's a broom, there is a crystal there, and also just the lighting coming through the roof is really gorgeous. But I also love the little cozy reading nook where my sim is reading up all of the tomes. Yes, there are tomes that you can read and learn from, and I just enjoy the gameplay there as well. And I also added in a bar in the living room if you didn't see that. And yes, my sim is also enjoying her wines there. I said it. She does that, but only at nighttime. Not in the morning, but definitely at nighttime. After a hard days of spellcasting and potion brewing, she enjoys a Chardonnay on the couch in front of her crystal fireplace, all bougie and fancy. But yeah, it's a lot of fun playing with this pack. So this is the bedroom. So we did get a few new beds. Like I said, there was a new bassinet. There is a new double bed, which is, I mean, that's gorgeous. Look at that. That's amazing. There's a, how do you call it? Like stained glass on the bed. How awesome is that? And then we also gotten a single bed, which for me feels like a children's bed, and worked perfectly for this children's bedroom, of course. And I made this into a full-on kids bedroom, a shared kids bedroom. And I went for a color palette, combining it with grays, and then also adding in some of the seasonal wall elements, which I really find fitting for this bedroom. It really looked good. And also some fairy lights. I mean, come on. Of course, we needed a few fairy lights in the bedroom. And I'm so happy. I'm happy with how this entire house turned out. So I added in the litter box in the bathroom upstairs. So if you are playing with a cat, which you probably are, I mean, which is hello, you're probably playing with Salem from Sabrina. So little Salem would go upstairs into the bathroom. At first, I wanted the cat to poop under the stairs, and they actually can use it. I did test it out. Your cats can poop and sleep and eat under the staircases, which is so nice. So if you want to make like a little pet haven under the stairs, you can. But for me, it felt a little bit cramped in with the chair that I added in. But it looks so nice. I mean, look at that. That is the Vampire Game Pack chair. And the Vampire Pack actually pairs in really nicely with this pack, especially when you are going more to the gothic side, more the darker magic side. Those two go hand in hand. And I will be using both packs a lot in the other build that I'm working on right now. So you will see a lot of Vampire, but also a lot of this pack in there. And Get Together. Get Together actually had some really good items for a dark witch's house as well. So, you know, just so that you know that. And the video will be coming very soon. I'm like halfway done, so that's good. Anyways, what am I doing here? I'm just going through the house, adding in a little bit more tiny details here and there, adding a plant, adding a painting here and there, because I felt that there were some bald spots, if I'm saying that correctly, you know, some spots that were missing some pizzazz in there, and that is what I'm doing right now, just going through the house and making sure it looked good. So yeah, so my overall thoughts about the pack is, I think it's worth buying if you are into magical things like I am. If you are into witches and warlocks, definitely go get this pack. I think you do get your money's worth. It's a really nice gameplay and also really nice buy items. If you are not into magic, then this pack is probably not for you and just pass on it and maybe wait for another pack. University. And yeah, that is my overall thoughts about the pack. So if you liked the video, don't forget to leave a like, of course, if you liked it. And if this is the first video that you're seeing from me and you enjoyed yourself, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you would never ever miss a video of mine. So that's it, you guys. I'm hoping that you all are having an awesome Monday wherever you are, and hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.